impression of like when someone makes a joke and then you kind of have to laugh at it, but like it's not really that funny.
It's really not funny.
Yeah, it's
His word that was towards Hayden, he tried to be goofy, but he kind of failed.
I remember playing it for a class and I would start crying. Like, when I was a kid.
see Bronze is like BBC, like BBC Earth.
Everyone. Okay, hello everyone. I'm Kumaru and we're back with
Sam.
And Tiffany.
and today we're going to do something a little bit more different. So today we're ranking classical composers that have written major piano repertoire. And we're going to be ranking them from sacrilegious and into God level. So hope you guys enjoy.
Our first one up is going to be Bach.
Bach is he can either be heavenly or just like a pain in the ass. To slow
Literally.
The suites are so good though.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
But it's so hard to play.
Overtures, so
Yeah.
Toccatas. In my opinion, he's like somewhere between like Bless Your Ears and like competition repertoire. So I'm not entirely
Really?
sure.
Okay, here's the thing. I actually like decided to make this tier list video while I was practicing today because I was practicing Bach's English Suite in A minor, and that's like one of the easiest English suites. And while I was practicing, I was like, I'm making a tier list and I'm putting Bach in the lowest tier. Because I was so annoyed. But yeah, I personally really detest Bach. Maybe just because I don't play enough Bach. I do agree his music is actually quite romantic if you are able to listen to the voice leadings to the different lines.
Yeah.
But I think you have to have a good understanding of music theory.
Yeah.
And a good ear that you can like recognize these different lines and play them out. And there's a lot of voicing needed for it. So it's a lot of technique actually. So it's really hard to play Bach well.
This kind of music, you have to really study it to kind of really get the beauty. But like, it's like the return is that much
Right.
better.
So I think if you're really into music theory, really into composing, obviously you would like Bach a lot.
I
So-
would put him, if we're not putting him in God 2, we have to put him in Bless Your Ears 2.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Like,
fine.
like as
God
classical
is-
used to be, gotta do that. He is
Okay.
God.
We can go from let's go.
What?
Bless,
God
bless
bless
our
our
ears.
ears.
Bless
Okay,
our ears.
okay.
Compromise.
Next up is, what is this? Mozzi?
Mozart.
He's
Okay,
a depressed
okay.
mofo.
What did you say?
Okay,
Depressed?
his late music was depressed.
No, but like he himself was like depressed.
No, but he was
He was a fucking alcoholic.
he was an alcoholic, but in his early years he was like a child prodigy, right?
Yeah, he was depressed.
Okay. He was depressed, but there was a side of his character which he likes to crack jokes like a 10-year-old. He makes fart jokes, but then so that makes a lot of his music really, really happy. And he's always pulling some kind of joke in his music.
I mean, but honestly, like part of the reason why his music is so happy all the time is because people wanted happy music.
that
They
is
didn't
true
want,
because
like,
he was
wait,
commissioned.
really?
He
Yeah,
made
he
money from
was-
being commissioned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like the music that he wrote for personal reasons, like Requiem, that was like sad as
Very,
shit.
very sad.
Well, his music is fire. I gotta say that. So
Yeah, it is.
Ruby and Mozart are like this.
Homies. I would say God level because Mozart. He's
Yeah, fine.
definition of classical music.
Alright.
Next one is beat. Okay, so where are we putting him? For me, honestly, competition repertoire.
You hate Beethoven.
You're the homies.
I don't understand why you hate him so much.
No, he's opposite of Mozart. So he's so depressed. He makes me depressed when I play music.
Angry.
Exactly.
He's a very angry
all
Who
the
person.
wants to
time.
play angry music?
I do.
I do.
Well,
I
you're not
love
angry
angry music.
usually. Like your default emotion is not angry.
But you channel your angriness into
That's not what you're supposed to do with
playing.
music.
that's not what you're supposed to do with music.
No, sometimes you have to channel that like aggressive side sometimes.
Yeah,
well,
well, then
like,
it comes out like a scream. Like you can't like.
well, you obviously have to control your touch.
Yeah,
and, but
yeah.
I personally really like Beethoven just because I feel like his music makes you feel energetic, in my opinion.
Like that's Mozart.
No, there's a study. There's people would go to hospitals and play Beethoven because it brings hope out of
Yeah.
them.
There's-
Because it's so strong. Yeah.
It like brings hope as in like sucks the hope out.
What the-
Like, brings it out.
Speaking from personal experience.
I'm so confused because Mozart is like so sparkly, so lifeful, but then Beethoven's like so depressed.
But it's strong. It's very determined.
Yeah. Beethoven is just holding his fist up. He can depict like so many, like a spectrum of emotions from like the most beautiful harmonies
Yeah.
and then to rage quit.
His duality is so.
Yeah,
That's why I
yeah,
really
yeah.
like his music because
Yeah.
you can find romanticism in him, but yet he follows the classical form loosely, but and then he kind of breaks it at the same time.
Yeah, he also has like polyphony from like the Baroque era as well. So
Yeah,
I would-
exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
I would put him in God.
Yeah, definitely God. Ruby's rejecting the Beethoven right now.
We have Mozart in God tier. We have to put Beethoven in God.
Yeah, we have to. Come on.
Okay, fine. Okay. Next up is Czerny.
Sacrilegious.
So
I hate Czerny.
I've never I've never heard anyone actually play Czerny.
Like,
It's not for
competition-
finger work.
Competition for kids, right?
He doesn't do anything like illegal.
I just have like trauma from Czerny because
No saying.
I remember playing it for a class and I would start crying. Like when I was a kid.
H.U.s are so shit, bro.
They're so terrible.
So-
Okay,
yeah,
just
bro.
let's compromise.
He's,
Okay.
he's not terrible.
Next one is Bert.
Schubert's music is always so sad. A very discreet sadness. It's like he'll play happy, beautiful music, but there's always a sense of bitterness to it, in
Yeah.
my opinion. I remember playing his impromptu in B flat major. And
Bro, I love that.
it's a beautiful piece, and it's actually quite happy. There's only 2 sad variations, but at the end, I felt
The ending
so
represents
sad.
death.
It's like the overview of his life.
Yeah.
Are we not gonna talk about the four hands?
In F minor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The thing about Schubert is that it's always so simple that it's really difficult to create the kind of like romantic emotion. Like you would have
Right.
assistance from like Chopin, like he had like layers, a bunch of harmonies.
Yeah.
and you have a lot of those to work with.
Yeah.
But with Schubert, it's like so simple. It's so difficult. It's like Mozart.
So delicate. Every note is very delicate.
I love Schubert. Like
I
no, me
really
too. I
like
like
Schubert.
Schubert too. Like there's like definitely like a distinct sense of sadness
Yeah.
that you really wouldn't find in any other kind
Yeah.
of music. So I
Yeah.
would put him in the second tier.
Now it's Brahms.
I still like it. though.
Explain.
His music is a lot of blocky chords, and I personally
Yeah.
don't really like that because I have small hands, and it's
Yeah.
hard to create a warm sound while being able to reach those octaves. For me at least, because you need to know how to voice them correctly, how to approach them.
Yeah.
He is a strict follower of classical form.
Yeah.
Which personally I don't love because I enjoy romantic music a lot more than classical music. I enjoy listening to it. Personally, I would not choose to play Brahms.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's too heavy.
Yeah.
I love Brahms, specifically his intermezzos.
Yes.
Once you get it, it just kind of opens up for you. So I definitely agree with you, and like a lot of people have cited that he's like the last like torch holder of like
Classical, yeah.
Yeah, but then he was like super romantic. Brahms specifically, there's a lot of conveyance of like nature. Like if you,
I never thought about that.
If you listen to like his intermezzos,
Is that so nature?
Jurassic Park. Have you heard his second concerto? Go listen to it. It sounds like Jurassic Park.
nature, like
Okay.
expansive,
Yeah.
like nature.
Well, I agree with you, but then personally speaking, I don't really like Brahms.
So you don't
Yeah.
agree.
No. I do agree that he's very naturey. A lot of my Brahms knowledge come from the Jurassic Park one, so he seems
Control number
very
2.
he seems very naturey guy to me.
See, Brahms is like BBC, like BBC Earth.
Okay. So which one?
Well, he's definitely not competition repertoire.
No, definitely not competition. I would say bless our ears.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next one is Clementi.
Okay.
I love Clementi, bro.
I know you did.
It's
You like
so
all classical
sparkly.
music.
I
Yeah.
love it's
He's
so
just very similar
light
to
and-
Mozart.
Yeah.
I do think though Clementi can be underestimated a lot.
Yeah.
For example, a lot of people think his sonatas are not as good as Mozart's, so little kids play it. But I do think if you are able to play Clementi at a very high level, it's very, very impressive.
It's really I think for really simplistic composers or like really simplistic works like these, of course you need like technical prowess to get everything really precise.
Right.
Yeah.
But you also need that little spark.
Yeah, it has to be clean.
Yeah.
I would put competition repertoire.
For little
Yeah.
kids, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Next is Haydn.
Haydn is a funny mofo.
I love Haydn. He's so jokingly.
I like his music, but I'll not go to the extent that I love his music. Beethoven was a student of Haydn.
Oh.
Yeah, so Beethoven's first sonata, Opus 2 number 1, is a homage to his teacher Haydn. So in that sonata, you can hear a little bit of his style.
Oh, that's where it came from. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more like, playful but devious at the same time. Haydn is like good, but I don't personally like,
What about you? What do you think?
Personally, Haydn fits my style really well because in music, I seek for those light, jokingly mannered style. That's why I don't really like Beethoven because his stuff
Too
is so
serious.
heavy.
He's
and
very
so
serious.
It's too heavy for me because music is something you always listen to, and you don't want to feel too heavy when you're listening.
I mean, that depends on what you're trying to make the audience feel. And like Beethoven can be like really goofy as well. Like the impression of like when someone makes a joke and then you kind of have to laugh at it, but like it's not really that funny.
It's really not funny.
Yeah,
work that was towards Haydn, he tried to be goofy, but he kind of failed. Anyway, so
Okay.
I would
Controversial?
say
Yeah, comp.
okay, competition.
Comp,
area.
yeah.
Yeah.